A sentencing surprise in federal court this morning. Instead of probation or jail time, a border activist had his case dropped. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pat Paris.
And I'm Valerie Cavazos. Scott Warren faced charges for helping migrants stay alive in the desert. Last year, he was found not guilty of harboring illegal immigrants.
But he was charged with a misdemeanor. Now today, at his sentencing, the federal government suddenly dropped that charge. As 9 on Your Side's Craig Smith reports, they never gave an explanation why.
You can see the cases against Scott Warren as a measurement of how our community views immigration. Now the government's dropping the cases, and there's debate over whether Warren should have ever been charged in the first place. Scott Warren's attorney asked, why didn't prosecutors drop the case against Warren before the government burned more than 2 years of taxpayer resources?
And it ended with the government throwing in the towel at the very last second. Why any of us taxpayers should be paying for that kind of legal representation is a reasonable question.
Warren works with No More Deaths, which leaves supplies in the desert to help border crossers survive. In November, a jury found Warren not guilty of felony charges of harboring illegal immigrants. It was his second trial, after a jury could not decide on a verdict in his first prosecution. The charge just dismissed was a misdemeanor related to driving to rescue migrants in the Oregon Pipe National Monument. Federal District Judge Ranner Collins found Warren guilty of that charge and was ready to sentence him when prosecutors dropped it and made it clear they will not refile the case. Government prosecutors did not explain their decision in court. There was plenty of reaction less than an hour after the story hit KGUN 9's Facebook. 450 people said they liked or loved the news about Warren. 48 were angry about it. One viewer asked, "Does that mean aiding and abetting fugitives is no longer a crime?" Another wrote of the prosecution, "That was such a waste of time and money. They could have just told him, don't give the poor, homeless, starving immigrants water." The drop charges come at a time when the federal government has been more aggressive on immigration matters. Warren's attorney says he thinks prosecutors knew they would lose on appeal, that an appeals court would recognize Warren had the right to exercise religious beliefs that drive him to help migrants. Craig Smith, KGUN 9 on your side.
Following the announcement, U.S. Attorney for Arizona Michael Bailey issued the following. These groups must follow the law even when delivering true humanitarian aid, and we will continue to prosecute those who intentionally help illegal immigrants evade law enforcement detection while deceptively cloaking their illegal acts as humanitarian aid.